absolutely nothingness.
Where doesn't make sense because there is nothing. So there's no where and
Right.
place.
So that means you cannot get it from anywhere.
No, it doesn't.
Sorry?
It doesn't imply that.
Hang on.
No.
Look, this is why the Quran is actually very specific in dealing with the atheists. The Quran says, أَمْ خُلِقُوا مِنْ غَيْرِ شَيْءٍ أَمْ هُمُ الْخَالِقُونَ أَمْ خَلَقُوا السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضِ بَلْ لَا يُوقِنُونَ أَمْ خُلِقُوا مِنْ غَيْرِ شَيْءٍ. Were they created from nothingness? أَمْ هُمُ الْخَالِقُونَ. Did they create them themselves? أَمْ خَلَقُوا السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضِ. Did they create the heaven and the earth? بَلْ لَا يُوقِنُونَ. They have no certainty of faith. They're not certain. So, can you originate, can you produce, can you manufacture from absolute nothingness? The answer is no. You say yes. I want to know.
No. I say I don't know. I see no reason.
I say I know.
Yeah, but you've got no evidence.
My evidence is absolute nothingness is the absence of anything.
Yeah.
So you cannot get thing from something that is not even there.
And what's your evidence?
I just told you.
No, that would be a circular argument. If that's your evidence, that's a circular argument. It's the case because I'm saying it's the case.
A thing to come has to come from something. It cannot from
within the universe, yes,
anywhere.
I agree.
It cannot come from something which is not even existent. Existence cannot come from non-existence.
Yeah, well, I mean, I disagree. You're making a claim. You're making a claim because you need to provide some evidence.
Are you suggesting existence can come from nothingness, from non-existence? Based on what?
No, I'm not suggesting it, okay?
That's why you disagreed with me.
No, there's a really, really clear, important distinction. I'm not saying one way or the other.
What are you saying?
I'm saying I don't know.
You don't know.
You're saying it's impossible.
Why don't you know?
Because science hasn't developed to that extent.
Science has.
But then if you say
Nothing. Okay. Science is all about observation, right? Have we observed in our scientific labs something coming from absolute nothingness?
No.
Right. So what can we conclude then?
We can conclude that within the universe,
within our scientific method, with our scientific tools that we have, nothing cannot give rise to something.
Yes. So within the universe, we can conclude, therefore, that things do not come from nothing.
Right. So how can
we're talking about the origin of the universe.
I'm saying this universe that we are describing, it could not have come from nothing.
Okay.
The reason why I'm saying this, everything else you see, you can make a generalization from it.
Yeah.
Everything that you see, it does not come from nothing.
You must know that this is a logical fallacy.
Generalization is a logical fallacy?
No, what you're doing is...
It's a logical fallacy only when you make it into something that doesn't make sense.
It's the fallacy of composition. It's saying people have personalities, atoms make up people, therefore atoms have personalities.
Absolutely not the case.
No, let me explain why that is what you're doing. You're saying that because within the universe, the composite bits and pieces of the universe have always had an antecedent thing, they've come from something. You're saying therefore the universe.
Okay. Can anything in this universe come from nothingness?
That's a fallacy. Sorry?
Can anything within this universe come from nothingness?
I've already said no.
Why not?
Because we observe this to be the case. Science tells us that.
So science tells us everything in this universe, it cannot come from nothingness.
Correct.
So what generalization you're making?
I can generalize to the extent of the universe, the contents of the universe.
Yeah.
I cannot generalize past that. I can't then say, therefore the universe can come from nothing.
Why can you not?
What can I not?
Why can you not?
Because that would be the fallacy of composition.
If something requires something else for it to bring into existence, if the universe is something, why doesn't it require something else to bring into existence?
Because we've got no evidence, we've done no experiments on creating universes.
You've already observed the universe.
Yeah.
If you already observe
the
content of the universe, that everything within this universe, it cannot come into existence from absolute nothingness.
Correct.
So, if the universe itself is something, the whole universe itself, because parts of the universe requires it to come from something else.
Within the universe, yes.
The universe itself is something.
Correct.
how do you then postulate that the universe can come from nothingness?
I have no reason to say one way or the other.
How can you postulate it can come from nothingness?
No, I'm saying I don't know.
Can you postulate it come from nothingness?
You can postulate anything you want, yes.
No, if you say you can say the universe can come from nothingness, this something can come from nothingness based on what?
Say that again.
If you say the sum total of everything in this universe, which is also something, how can it come from nothingness?
No, I don't think it did. I think everything did.
Can you say it came from nothingness? Can science say it can come from nothingness?
Science doesn't know everything.
Within the universe,
Science doesn't know
everything has
everything.
come from something. But you can't generalize that to the actual universe. That is the fallacy of composition.
Hang on. So if the universe itself is something, what is so special about this universe that it can come from nothingness? There's only two options, my friend. Only two.
What do you mean by,
Okay,
what do you mean by special?
let's talk about it. There's only two options. I'll tell you.
Clearly it's a very rare event.
No. It's not a rare event. There's only two options. The universe, either it came from absolute nothingness, or it didn't come from nothingness, it came from something.
Okay.
Is another alternative. Good. So let's take the example of can it come from absolute nothingness? Everything we see tells us nothingness cannot generate anything.
I agree.
Then you're in a strong position to conclude the universe could not come from absolute
That is
nothingness.
false. That is, you cannot do that.
Why is it false?
Because it's the fallacy of composition. You just need to read about that. You're saying,
Tell me why it's false.
because you're drawing a conclusion that you may not draw. You're saying, because of the things that I observe within the universe, it is therefore true of the universe. You cannot do that.
So basically you're saying it is possible that the universe can come from absolute nothingness.
Correct.
Yeah? Yes. Okay, based on what?
Based on having no evidence one way or the other.
If you say it is possible the universe could come from
I'm making a
absolute
very
nothingness,
weak claim,
wait.
which is that it's possible.
If you say it's possible, now tell me, reason with me, how is it possible?
I don't have to tell you that.
No, give me a reason.
That's like saying,
Give me a reason.
No.
Why do you think it's reasonable to even think that the universe can come from absolute nothingness?
the unreasonableness comes in when you start to make a claim, an assertion
Two
that
options.
it did come from something.
I take the option that it could not come from nothingness, and you take the option that it can. So
Yeah.
tell me your reason.
No, I'm saying that we don't know. That's all I'm saying. You're saying that you know.
Okay, look. These
And
are
I'm saying, what's your evidence?
Look, two
Okay?
options, right?
Yeah.
Only two options.
I agree. We've
Right.
this, and I agree with that.
If you don't think that it is not the first option, that it can come from nothingness, yeah? Look, only two options. Let me take one option. It has to come from something. You take the other option. Now give me your reasons why the other option is reasonable.
Absolutely not. I'm not taking a position. I'm saying I don't know.
There are only two options.
It could have come from something. It could have been God.
No,
But I don't know
look,
that.
Look,
And you don't know that.
Look, it could have come from something.
Yes.
And it could have come from nothingness.
Yes.
Now give me the reasons that it could have come from nothingness.
No, I don't have to.
You just said it could have. And yet you are unable to reason.
Yes.
I've given my reason, you call it a logical fallacy of composition. Now give me your reason.
A tree could have red leaves, blue leaves.
No,
I don't need
give
to
me your
reason.
reason. No, give me a reason.
The reason it's got because the green light is reflected back because the energy from the sun is in the red and the blue, and that gets absorbed. And the green light doesn't give much energy, so it's reflected back. That's why trees have green leaves.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have given my reason, which you discount as pulling a logical fallacy of composition. Give me your reason for your so-called possibility. It is possible that the universe comes from nothingness.
Yes.
Go ahead, give me a reason.
It's possible because I can say the sentence. All I need to do is say something that makes sense. The universe can come from nothing. It
Show
can
me
come from something.
with some reason.
I don't have any.
reason-
And I don't need any.
Oh, so basically, someone who believes in God, they can just simply say, I don't have to provide any reason whatsoever. I know it's true and it's true.
I wouldn't accept that, but if you,
You
do
see,
that, that's fine.
but
You're welcome to do that.
but for you to have a possibility that the universe can come from absolute nothingness, you don't have to give any reason. That's what you're saying.
That's correct.
But God would have
Why?
come from
I don't
nothing.
have to give reasons for why something could be possible.
So could it be false? Could your reasons be? Could your statement? Could your possibility? Out of this two possibility, could your possibility be false?
Yes.
Yeah?
No, I don't have one. I'm saying I don't know which one it is.
No. I've given you. There's
Either
only
it can be true or false.
there's only two possibilities.
Yes.
The universe came from absolute nothingness, or it came from something.
Has-
If you say the universe could come from absolute nothingness, is this proposition true or false? Could it be false? If it's false, then the other proposition is true. So, if it's false, then we don't need to even talk about it. But if it's true, what are your reasons to make it true?
I don't know that it's true.
Then you could say that
So you have no reason to believe it to be true, but all reason to believe it to be false.
No, that's you're missing the point every single time.
You have no reason to believe it to be true, your proposition, but you have reasons to believe it to be false.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying I have no reasons one way or the other.
Why not?
I just don't. I have no evidence. Science hasn't progressed to a point where it can interrogate before the
Is science the right tool for that question?
Yes, it's the only one we have.
No, it's not. Science cannot deal with things which are not empirical. Beyond the creation of the universe, there is no empiricity. There is no empirical, there is no matter to deal with. There is nothing.
How do you mean science can't deal? Are you saying science can only deal with matter?
Can science deal with supernatural?
Yes.
What kind of scientific method are you describing? Scientific method is to deal with the natural world. The natural world, not the supernatural world.
There's been experiments done based on supernatural. I can do an experiment. It was one done for patients in ITU, and you can get 2 ITU wards. Church prays for one but not the other, and you see how they do. And these people every Sunday say prayers, and they hope that the people get better. And then you can look to see whether one ward got better than the other. The hypothesis there is that prayer works, and what prayer is speaking to God, and He changes the order of the universe in order to heal these people. That is a scientific experiment. That is science dealing with the supernatural.
That is dealing with the supernatural phenomena, but it's not actually observing the supernatural, is it?
No.
Right.
Well,
So
it's
not observing
it's
supernatural.
observing their effects.
effect.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about the effect.
Okay,
We were talking about the causes of our universe,
let-
and you talk about the effect.
So let me continue. So we do the experiment and we find that the ITU, where the patients who were prayed for, did much, much better. You can then say, oh, well, there's clearly something in this. You would have to repeat the experiment because it's so unlikely. But anyway, let's say you repeated it 1,000 times, and every single time you found that the ITU patients who were prayed for did much, much better. Then the next thing that you need to do is try and propose a mechanism, and then you would start to look for, are there particles like gravitons? Is God doing something and interfering with the bacteria that's inside someone's lung? Whatever. You would then, that's what you would.
So
that's
all
what
the
you would then do.
experiments that have been done, are they postulating a God particle? Are they postulating God in there?
Why not? I postulate that. If,
No, not you.
If prayer is
The
working,
experiments
there
have
is
been done.
something- Huh?
The experiments have been done.
Right.
Are they postulating God in there?
The original experiment suggests that God is acting on patients in ITU.
Was that in a peer-reviewed journal?
Yeah.
And then did it get criticized by others? How can you bring God in?
Why would it?
Because every time you want to publish something in a scientific journal and you say, remember that particular author and the paper that got really reprimanded by calling, but this is the hand of God, and they had to retract with an apology by publishing it. Yeah, so the dogmatic science doesn't allow this kind of supernatural explanation in scientific peer-reviewed journals.
It does.
Yeah,
No, it does.
probably that's interesting to know.
Look at that experiment.
Yeah, I'm still recording.
Now